Salams and welcome. I came across a fabulous book by Harun Yahya. It's actually the 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we're starting the introductory chapter with, how much do you know about your creator? Do you know who has created you? Do you know, I just want to get the shine off. Do you know why you're on earth, where you are going, and who created you? Are we a product just of evolution, or is there some purpose behind this entire universe? So let's look at some of these words. A fabulous book. I love this book. Very simple, but very logical, very rational. Who created you? Who granted you your body, your eyes, or the color of your hair? How did all of this come about? Who determined the shape of your body, the color of your eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, gray eyes, black eyes, brown eyes? Who created all the people? Who created the animals? Who created the heavens? Who created the earth? And who created all the living beings between the heavens and the earth? Who determined the order of the planets, the sun, and the stars in the depths of space? Your answers to all these questions will be the same. Allah. As Muslims, we call the Supreme Creator Allah. There is only one Supreme Creator, God, most gracious, most merciful. God is one. God does not have a father, He does not have a mother, He does not have a son, He does not have a daughter, He does not have children, He does not have nephews or nieces. No one gave birth to God. He does not have a mother. He exists by Himself. He is self-existing. He does not have a board of directors. He does not have a chairman. He does not have a royal advisor. He is one. He does not need senators. Excuse me. He does not need parliamentarians. He does not need royal advisors to tell him what to do. He is one. He does not have a son. He does not have a daughter. He is absolutely one. This is called Tawheed, that God is one. The Supreme Creator is absolutely one. And there's no other creator in the entire universe. God is one, but human beings have made 4,000 different assessments of God. There's more than 4,000 different religions. From our point of view, maybe God is like this, or God is like this, or God is like this. And everyone thinks that their point of view is the correct one. But from God's point of view, God is only one. And everyone makes a mistake except those who believe and understand clearly, without a doubt, that God is one, and that there is a Supreme Creator without a shadow of a doubt, and that we are on this earth only for a short while, a temporary time, and then we will return to the Supreme Creator. He created us, and we're going to return to Him. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Every human being, irrespective of race, ethnicity, gender, nationality, it can be American, Britain, Canadian, anywhere in Europe, Australian, African, South African, Kenyan, Korean, Japan, Chinese, irrespective of who you are, male, female, rich or poor, a monotheist, a polytheist, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian, you can be an atheist, you can be agnostic, you can be a Buddhist, you can be a Hindu, it doesn't matter who you are. Every single human being, even if you don't believe in God, it is an absolute guarantee that every single human being will stand in front of the Supreme Creator, whether you like it or not. After you die, you'll be in a plane called a barzakh, which is a state of suspended animation, and an absolute guarantee on the day of resurrection, you'll be raised back to life up to the exact fingerprint of yourself and the exact DNA of your blood and your exact retinal eye print and your exact pattern of your tongue. Absolutely no doubt. You will be brought back with the same consciousness, your same brain, and you'll be held to account for your deeds on earth. There is absolutely no doubt about that. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God most merciful, informs us in the Quran that people will confess this fact, that there is only one creator, as follows. And this is in Surah Al-Ankabut, in chapter number 29 of the Quran, verse number 61, and we read, if you ask the people, who created the heavens and the earth and made the sun and the moon subservient? They will say, Allah, the Supreme Creator, God, the most merciful, Allah. So how have they been deluded? If they know that reality, how have they been deluded? How have they been deluded away from the truth? So the question here is, how well do you know your Creator, who planned you and planned the entire universe with an absolute perfect and delicate equilibrium, with perfection? Imagine there was a big bang 13.8 billion years ago, and the earth came into being 4.5 billion years ago. But yet, despite that massive explosion, trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions atomic bombs, more than what we can ever imagine or count. Yet out of this explosion, we have perfection. It is impossible to get perfection from explosion. Just think of this. Imagine there's a massive explosion somewhere. A ship blows up or the bomb falls somewhere. There's a massive explosion somewhere. Let's say a factory with gasoline, oxygen tanks just blow up. What do you have? You have destruction. You have fire engine coming there and repairing it. But can you imagine an explosion that gives rise to Walt Disney, Orlando, Florida, an amusement park? You'll say, no, it's impossible. Yes, it's impossible. So how did the universe, which is a massive explosion, how did it give rise to a beautiful earth with all the beautiful animals? And how did it give rise to a planet that is spinning perfectly for 4 billion years, 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours? Not only is it spinning on its own axis, but it's going around the sun. Going around and around the sun, spinning and spinning. It takes 365 days around the sun. That's 1 year changing of the seasons while it's spinning like a top with perfection, with perfection. This is absolutely amazing. So the Creator Supreme sees and hears you every moment and knows your every act. Where do you think Allah is? Where is the Supreme Creator? Where is God most merciful? Did He create you and then leave you to your own devices? Did He just abandon you? Does He tell you how to live, or do you have freedom of choice? Can you see Him? No, we can't see Him. Why not? Because He's in a transcendental dimension. Does it mean He doesn't exist? No. Obviously, He exists. In the same way, let me give you another example. Let us say you're driving around on the road, you're going into traffic, and you see a wonderful car, whether it's a BMW or a Mercedes or a Ferrari and a Porsche, one of the cars. If you see a BMW, will you say to yourself, hey, look at the BMW, it created itself? No. Why? Because a BMW cannot create itself. When you see a BMW, you know for guarantee that there's a factory in Germany where is an assembly plant which has manufactured the BMW. But have you seen the factory in Germany? No. But you know the factory exists. Where's your evidence for that? Because if you see the BMW is a product of that factory. Similarly, we haven't seen God, but when you see a human being is a product of the Supreme Creator. Simple, logical. Stay well, look after yourself as we're going deeper into who is the Creator Supreme and do you know God. This is part 1, and let's go into part 2, 3, and 4. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.